Hello students, today the credit second, which is having a topic mutations. We're going in detail of what are mutations, causes of mutations, how these mutations can be detected, and types of mutations. So this is in brief idea about whatever points we are going to discuss in this topic. So as far as the concerned types of mutations, number of types of there which are related to the outcome, like lethal mutations, conditional mutations, biochemical, either they are related to the loss or gain of function, induced as well as the point mutagenesis, germinal and somatic mutants. Now first question is, what is mutation? These are nothing but the heritable changes in the genome. Heritable, that means they are transferring from one generation to the another. Here there is excludation that resulting outcome or resultant is with change in genome, but exclusion of only incorporation of genetic material from other organisms. Mutation can also be defined as an abrupt qualitative or quantitative change, and this is again related to the genetic material of an organism. They are intragenic, which are related to the alteration in structure of DNA, or intergenic, related to the structure of or change in structure of a chromosome, and these type of mutations can be useful in gene mapping. Unit of this mutation is muton. Then what is the factor that cause mutations? Either DNA fails to copy accurately, or external factors that influences and leads to the mutations. Okay, then we will focus firstly on causes of mutations, how they are causing. First, this is started or starts with change in amino acid sequences, and obviously the change in amino acid sequence results into the change in protein and change in base sequence of a DNA molecule. We are familiar with the protein synthesis or the central dogma system. So genetic information, DNA, RNA to the proteins, how it is translated. Okay, then these mutations either first due to the base substitution or base addition. Now base substitution, again it is either transition or transversion. But before that, what is base substitution? Here one base is replaced by another. In transition, purine, that is purine bases are replaced by purines, while in transversion purines are replaced by pyrimidines or pyrimidines by the purine. So you can observe here that this adenine, it is replaced by guanine, and thymine, it is replaced by cytosine, whereas in transversion adenine, it is replaced by thymine or cytosine. Okay, so purine, it is replaced by pyrimidines, and pyrimidine either by the purine. Whereas in base addition or deletion, frame shift mutations are there where proteins are non-functional. Here this diagram will more accurately gives you idea about this frame shift mutation. Suppose this is the sequence of specific amino acid, and again these amino acids in the form of codons. What are codons? They are again the triplets of nucleotide bases. And if frame shift mutation, either there is a addition of base or deletion of base. So here we can observe that this valine, in first step you can observe valine, then glutamine, histidine and serine, and also GTG, this is for valine, CAA, this is for glutamine. But if this CAA, it is replaced by this A and it is with C, then glutamine amino acid is replaced by histidine. Okay, then further again there is a change in amino acid sequences, or sometimes due to the base deletion. So here you can observe valine, it remain as it is, but CCA, so this A is deleted, or it is removed from that sequence. So that again leads to the new amino acid, that is a proline. So this is outcome of a nucleotide deleted, and here that is nucleotide added. Sometimes chemicals or radiations like ethyl methyl sulfonate, okay, another one that is sodium azide. These are the chemicals that can cause the mutations when a person or someone who is coming in contact with that chemicals many of the times, so they can cause the mutations. Or UV radiation, they are also responsible for mutations. So this is all about the causes of mutation. Then here is another diagram that again gives you idea about how this nucleotide substitution change the amino acid sequence. Suppose this AUA, it is isoleucine, and if this A is replaced by G, then amino acid will produce the valine. If this A is replaced by C or U, then the amino acid is leucine, and so on. Here one sentence I have given for you, that the dog ate a cat. And in the second sentence you can observe the dog ate a mat, where the C is replaced by M, and you can observe that this whole meaning of the this sentence has been changed due to a single word, and this fits to frame shift mutations. Then how we can detect the mutations in plants? Maize is a good example to detect the mutations in plant, because homozygous strains for this maize are for several recessive genes as well as the dominant genes are nowadays they are available, and it is easy to detect the mutations in the maize plant. So seeds or the plants of this maize strain, they are homozygous for several dominant genes are treated with mutagen. Remember here the strain, it is homozygous for several dominant gene, and the plants M1 generation are crossed with strains having recessive forms of the trait, and they are governed by concerned genes are counted, and the frequency of mutation can be estimated. How this is estimated? By using a formula in the form of a frequency. So number of plants having recessive form of a trait, as we are crossing homozygous dominant plant with recessive trait. Okay, recessive forms of a trait. So number of plants having recessive form of a trait governed by gene, which is divided by total number of plants in the progeny and multiplied by 100. So we'll get the mutation frequency in that generation. So the plants, obviously they are showing recessive forms of such trait, they will receive one recessive allele from the tester parent with the recessive traits, while the other recessive allele, it is due to the mutation in the mutagen treated plant. This formula is helpful to detect the mutations in plants, and maize is a good example to study, this type of mutations because of availability of genes, dominant as well as the recessive. Then as far as the mutational studies in bacteria is concerned, so it is also easily detected that antibiotic resistant gene in bacteria. How you can, or how we can detect? By plating a bacterial cell on a medium containing lethal concentration, lethal that is leads to the death. We are going in detail for this types of mutation. Medium which is lethal concentration of concerned antibiotic, which is also called as a selective medium. And if that medium is lacking that antibiotic, then that is a non-selective medium. If the colonies that develop on such medium will be produced by cells which are resistant to antibiotic. Okay, so how the selective medium, number of colonies on the selective medium where we are providing the lethal concentration of a concerned antibiotic, and so though there is a lethal concentration, the colonies are growing of certain bacterial cells, though obviously they are mutant, and number of colonies on the non-selective medium, they are normal one. So this frequency of a mutant cells can be counted again by dividing number of colonies on the selective medium where there is a lethal concentration of a concerned antibiotic, and another medium where there is a lack of a specific antibiotic. And when we multiply it with 100, we will get the frequency of mutant cells in the bacteria. So here this is all about what are mutations and what are the causes of mutations and how we can detect these mutations with respect to plants as well as the bacteria. In next lecture we will go in detail about types of mutations. Thank you.